Hey, good morning. It's George from Joint Effort Exercise. I'm here with Joint Effort's Introduction to Balance and Strength class number 12. This is our final class. And I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I said this every single class. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making these. Let's just get started. It's the same exact format as what we've been doing over the past 12 sessions. So you're going to need your chair. Not going to need any weights. Actually, maybe one form of resistance, just one dumbbell, can or water bottle, whatever. And that's pretty much it. So let's get right into our warm up. So going to have the modified jumping jacks, just keeping it the same quick warm up, just to get the muscles loose. Hope you're having a great day so far. Today is another kind of gloomy day, but it is what it is. Bring our own sunshine and brightness, right? All right, and 2, 1, and rest. Just shake those arms out, and let's get our feet about shoulder width apart, and we're going to do that. Bring this over, those butt kicks. So just like so. Just side to side, nice and easy. As with all the other classes, remember you do everything at your own pace. Do not have to go as quickly as I can, but you can if you can go faster, of course, if you'd like to and want to. And rest. Very good. Okay, and our last warm-up that we'll do today, we're just going to do that good morning. So arms across the chest. Face your chair or whatever you're using for balance, and we're just going to go down and up just like so, just to get those low back muscles warmed up a little bit. Little mobility for the glutes and the hamstrings, just like so. All right, very good. So grab a little water if you need it. Or I forgot to mention you're going to need some water too. So grab some water if you need it. We're going to go into our first couple exercises, which I will gather. All right, so one of them is something that we've done, and the other is a little bit new, and it's slightly challenging. It's more of a coordination thing, so you want to just kind of go slowly in the beginning as you're as you're doing this. All right. So the first one is our heel rocks. We've done that in the past. You're just going as far forward as you can, and then as far back as you can, leaning towards your sturdy surface as you go through. So just like that. The other one is going to be an opposite arm, opposite knee punch. Okay, so high knee and a punch. You're going to alternate. So I'm using my right arm to go up and my left knee at the same time. So as I said earlier, it's just a little bit of a coordination thing more than anything. So just like that. Okay. All right. So let me and leaning as far forward as you can, and then leaning as far back, and then the other is that opposite arm. See, I already messed up, just like that. All right, so here we go. So leaning as far forward as possible, and then going as far back as you can, just like so. Keep your core muscles as tight as you can, kind of the whole time. That will help. So we're just getting our calf muscles and the muscles in the front of our legs kind of used to starting and stopping momentum when we're leaning forward. All right, so that was 30 seconds of that. Now to the new movement, and don't get discouraged if this is challenging the first time you do it. It is for everyone. So hands are going to be up at your shoulders, and then all right arm up, left knee up, left arm up, knee up. Just like that, okay? So you're just shifting side to side. Obviously, stay nice and close to your chair or whatever you're using for stability for this one. And we got about 5 seconds. And rest. Very good. Okay. All right, let's get back to that first movement. So feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. And all we're doing is just leading forward and then back, okay? If you can, so get as close as you can to your sturdy surface. I'm like right next to mine just in case I have to grab onto it, but do your absolute best not to use it, okay? So forward as much as possible, back as much as possible, just like so. About 10 more seconds. Ooh, too far. So if that's happening to you, that's completely fine. Obviously, I'm the instructor and it's happening to me. So we're just getting our brain and our muscles to work more efficiently and get used to kind of these, these kind of movements. So if you have a mistake from time to time, not to worry. All right. Hands up your shoulders. Right arm goes up, left knee goes up. Left arm, right knee. Just like so. So you're using both sides of the brain at the same time to work the different sides of your body. So if you did not know, the left side of your brain controls the right side of your body and vice versa. So that's what I mean by everything is working right now, okay? All right, we're through our first couple of exercises. Now grab some water. We'll move on to the next two. One is something that we've done, and then the other is kind of not too crazy. So the first one is going to be you're going to stand both feet about together, and all I want you to do with your right foot is draw the letter S. Okay, so your right toe, you're just going to go out in front of you, and then go back behind you. Okay, so I'll do it this way. So I'm drawing the letter S. Just like that, just along the floor, okay? The second exercise is our forward step and twist. So we've done this. We did this a few times actually in these classes. So forward step and then twist, okay? All right, so let's get right next to our sturdy chair or whatever you're using. Get your right foot out in front, and you're just going to draw that letter S. So the top of the curve is going to be out in front of your left foot. And then you're going to finish behind you. So you have a slight bend in your left knee, and you're just going all the way around, okay? Just like that. So S, just like so. All right, very good. Now we're doing that forward step with a twist. So we're going to step with our right leg, stepping forward, twisting to the right, back to the center, and then roll back. Forward step, twist to the right, back to the center, push back, just like so. All right, looking good. Forward step, twist, and come back. About 10 seconds left. We can get a few more in. Very good. 2 and 1. This is the last one. Very good. All right, so now what I'd like you to do is just going to keep your right leg still this time. Same thing. You're going to draw the S, but this time both of the curves are really going to be behind. So you're going to curve out in front, and then you're going to do most of the curve back behind you. So start with that left toe, drawing that S, going around that right foot, and then finish. All the way out, around, and finish. Keep a little bit of a bend in that right leg, and then go all the way back. Okay, we can probably get a few more in. Okay. Finish. Keep your core muscles nice and tight. Stand up as straight as you can. And that is all. All right, moving on to the left leg. So we're doing that forward step with the left leg, twisting to the left, going back to the center, back. Just like that. Step forward with the left, twist to the left, to the center, and then push back. Always stay next to the chair or whatever you're using for stability. It will help you to feel more confident in doing this without the fear of going over. That's the last thing we want to happen. We have 5 more seconds. We probably have time for one more. And good. All right. So that is sequence number 2. Grab some water and a little bit of a breather, and we'll move on to our next exercise. So the first one is a semi-tandem stance, and all I'd like you to do is twist your head from side to side, just like that. If you'd like, you can put one foot in front of the other, which is called a tandem stance, and twist your head. So let's try that. Try it with your heels touching your toes. Let's say your right foot is in front, heels touching toes, and you're just going side to side, just like so, okay? The second movement is going to be that 3D lunge that we did the last session. So you're just going to do a mini lunge in each direction. So forward, out to the side, and then back, okay? All right, so let's get one foot in front of the other. Right foot is in front of the left. Hand hovering over the top of your sturdy surface and just looking side to side. You should feel your ankles and the muscles in your ankles, I should say, or around your ankles. Working quite a bit if you have your foot right in front of the other, just to keep you stabilized. If you do, that's totally normal. So we want to feel a little bit unstable. This is the whole concept, is putting you in kind of uncomfortable positions so you're used to them in the in the future. All right. So now we'll do that 3D lunge. I'm going to step out to the front, then out to the side, and then back. Okay, a little bit of a bend in the knee, not too much in each plane of motion, and then back. 5 more seconds. Okay, very good. All right, now we'll put that left foot in front. So your left heel touching the toes on your right side, hand hovering over your chair or whatever you're using for stability, and looking right as far as you can, and then left. Right and left. Again, should be a little bit unstable. Not too much, obviously, but just a little bit is okay. Enough that you feel challenged by each exercise. All right. Okay. Very good. And now we have the 3D lunge using that left leg. Okay. So same thing. You're going to step out to the front. And then you're going back. Okay. Left leg up to the side. And then back. And bending kind of both knees in direction as you go back. About 5 more seconds. Okay, very good. All right. So grab some water, and we have our final 2 exercises of this program. The first is a wood chop. Actually, we've done both of these. So the first is a wood chop, and the second one is a calf raise, squat to calf raise. So you're just going to take you don't necessarily need it, but if you have some type of resistance, whether it's a dumbbell or a can or a water bottle, whatever you have, you're going to take that, you're going to hold it in this way. I want you to put your right foot behind you, and we're just going to twist. If you feel like your balance is really off, don't hold anything in your hand. You don't necessarily need to. You can have one hand kind of hovering over at whatever you're using for stability, if you do, if you need it. And then we're doing that squat to calf raise. We did this in the last class as well. All right. So let's put that right foot back behind you. Hands can be together. One hand can be hovering over the top. And I just want you to twist so you're looking down kind of towards your right knee. up. So like a perfect diagonal, essentially, just like nice 45 degrees. So we've worked in pretty much every plane of motion in this class, which is what what I intended. We want to make sure we're twisting, we're moving to side, we're moving front and back. So they're all really important for functionality. So we want to make sure that we're practicing those movements. All right. So now we're going to go back to our wood chop. Okay. So we're going to put our left foot back behind you this time. And now you're just twisting down to the left and then up to the right, just like that. Okay. Little bit of a bend in the knees as you're doing this. And again, twisting down towards your left knee and then back up. Okay, very good. And then we have 2 sets of the squat to the calf raise. Okay, so feet about shoulder width apart. And we're going to squat down and then go up onto our calves. All right, so we're squatting down, up onto the calves, or up onto the toes, I should say. Squat and up. So I'm not going down too low, just enough to get your glutes and your quads working a little bit, and even the hamstrings. And then we're working those calves as well. So stay nice and close to your chair or whatever you're using. And very good. Okay, I'm just going to rest another 15 seconds. We're going to do one more set of those because I did back to back with the wood chops, and then we'll do. Then we'll be done. We'll get into some stretching, and that's going to be it. All right. So same thing. We're just going to squat down and go up onto those toes. I know this is a little bit different sequence, but finishing strong. Down and up. And up onto those toes, legs. Now, about 10 more seconds. We are good. And rest. Very good. All right. So we are finished with the actual exercise. So let's just get into our stretching. So let's do a quick stretch and then we'll be done. All right. So take a seat, catch your breath a little bit. I'm going to turn the buzzer down. All right. Let's get that right foot out in front. Slight bend in that right leg, and you're just leaning forward. So you should feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings on the right side. Okay, sit up, and now you're going to keep your right leg straight as possible. Point your toes on the right leg towards your chest and just lean forward slowly and slightly. So you should feel a stretch in your calf and sort of right behind your knee as well. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Keep that right leg slightly bent, just leaning forward. You should feel a good stretch in that left leg. Okay, then keep that left leg as straight as you can. Point the toes towards your chest and lean forward slowly and slightly. So you should feel a nice stretch in your calf on the left leg. All right, and let's go into our hip stretch. So you're going to have your left hand underneath your left leg, and we're just leaning forward very gently. So you should feel a good stretch in your left hip with this. All right, and switch to the other side, same thing. Right leg over the left and hugging in with your right arm, leaning forward slowly. Feel a nice stretch in that right hip. Okay, very good. All right, last 2 stretches and we are done. We're just going to Put that right leg back behind you. Keep the right leg almost straight, left leg slight bend. Keep your torso perpendicular to the floor as you lean forward. You should feel a nice stretch in the top of your right leg with this. So like kind of where your leg and your torso meet. And your hip flexors, your iliopsoas is the technical term. Okay, and straighten out that front leg and just do the same thing on the other side. Left leg back behind you now. Keep that left leg almost straight. Right leg bent, or right knee bent, I should say. Keep your torso totally upright, and you should feel that nice stretch in the top of your left leg. All right, straighten out that front foot. All right, and we are finished. That was class number. A little bit rushed. I'll explain why in the email. But if you have any questions, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me at george@jointeffortexercise.com. I'll be glad to answer any of them. But I'll also be sending out an email over the next few days about how we will continue with this class and maybe some ideas for some other styles of classes as well. So something a little bit slower, something a little bit faster, and then something that's right in the middle like this one. So I hope you enjoyed it, again, as much as I did, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.